What are you? So in last session, we discussed the basic understanding of AP module. We have created the basic configuration for AP module and created one invoice from AP side. Okay, so we created the business unit location, reference data set, business unit. Assign business unit to business functions and legislative data group. You know how we can link the legislative data group to our legal entity to get the statutory and payroll HCM information. We created an employee user so that we can perform AP activities, procurement activities, and implementation consultant role. We assign to the user application implementation consultant. We created procurement agent, common configuration for procurement payable we created. Invoice option configuration, payment of option configuration we didn't actually, it's pending because payment we have not started. Payment term we created and we have seen how we can link the payment term to invoice and supplier level. Okay, supplier roles, usually supplier manager and supplier administrator. Then create supplier. We created one manual supplier address site and assigning supplier site to procurement business unit. Okay, so this from going forward, we'll see the bank, like the payment related configuration will start maybe today or tomorrow. But before that, we'll see how we can create some master data migration, right? For example, supplier master data migration in real time, how they do and how Oracle have like due to the Oracle enhancement, they have provided very flexible option. Without much effort, we can create the data file and migrate the master data information, be it supplier, customer, open invoice. So we'll see the process. Okay. So let me go to Google. Supplier import FBDI in Oracle Fusion. Just if you search with these keywords, Oracle has one portal where they have mentioned all the FBDI link, all the templates. There are hundreds of templates from different modules available to upload master data. Similarly, we can get all the information here. Okay. So supplier data, usually we cannot upload everything. All the supplier components, like so to import supplier and complete supplier data migrations, they have multiple templates, you can see, right? So sequentially, we have to upload the data because each data migration, the next data migration will depend on the previous one. That means you cannot upload a supplier site before importing a supplier. So all are interlinked, right? So first we have to import the supplier. So what is the process? Supplier importer. Supplier import process. First we have to import the supplier. Then import supplier address. Then import supplier site. Then we have to import supplier site assignment. Import supplier site contact. Import supplier bank account. So like that, there are different templates belong to suppliers. So if you just click on import supplier, you will get here the supplier FBDI template. This is the control file for supplier import template. So this is not required, just for your information, but this is the XML CSV template which we have to upload, right? If you just click on that, so you will supplier import template will be downloaded.
What is the control file?
Control file, it will say what is the staging table for the supplier staging directory.
Oh, okay.
So
So the
that I'll
tables
show
and the
you.
file names
Yeah, right.
information.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is the supplier template. Okay, so you can see a lot of sample informations here. And what is the migration process? Migration process is first we have to prepare the template. Then convert the template into CSV file. Place the file in staging directory or table that is called UCM. In Oracle Fusion, the staging table that is seeded one that is called UCM or Universal Content Management. Okay, Universal Content Management is our staging table, and then load the file to interface table. So that specific directories for each import, like supplier or open invoice or customer, they have specific directory defined in staging area as well as for the interface also you have to select that. Then import the file to base table. These are the steps. Okay. So these two steps you can create in one step. Okay. You can combine these two steps into one and you can upload. I'll show you. So first, you have to prepare the template. You can download the template. You can mention the faster way. Download the template, FBDI template. From Oracle. Okay. I already downloaded one. I'll show you just how you can prepare the file. Supplier import template. Okay. I deleted all the sample informations from that table, right? Which is newly downloaded. There are a lot of sample information, right? So just one line we'll try to upload. Okay. So this is important. This batch ID will create a link between subsequent migration file. So whatever batch ID you are using for the supplier import, we have to use the same batch ID for the supplier address and site, etc. So let me just select the batch ID too. Okay. So now there are two things: create or update. Are you trying to update any existing data? But I'll create a new file. If you want to update, you can update also. So Oracle has provided that option. According to Oracle. Okay. Data supplier 3. I'll make it data supplier 4. Okay. And organization type, latest corporation or individual, whatever. Supplier type is supplier. See, there are two options, right? Prospective or spend authorized. I discussed. Prospective means we'll just record the supplier information, but will not create any business transaction. And once this prospective supplier is approved by the appropriate authority, then we'll convert it to spend authorized or as a qualified supplier. Then you can mention all the. This is some international identification number for training partner. If you are using that, you can provide. Taxpayer country, US. Taxpayer ID. You can mention that is your tax registration number. Okay. For different country, the format will be different. So accordingly, that's all. So this minimum information required to create a supplier. That means supplier header information. Let me, okay. So once you create that, just verify the information. Data supplier 4. Go to the instruction and CSV generation and generate the CSV file. So sometimes what happens once you for the first time you will upload open the BDI file, it will not allow you to generate the CSV file. So what you can do here, supplier import template, right? So it will not be activated, that CSV generation button. Just right click on the file, go to the property, and here you have to unblock the macro. Okay, if you just unblock it, then it will allow you to generate the CSV file. So that is every time you are generating a new file, new CSV file. So you have to do that. Okay. Generate CSV file. Desktop. I'll upload, save it in desktop. The zip file is created for supplier import, right? Okay. Let me log in into the system. So now next thing is we have prepared the file. You have to place the supplier import file, that zip file, into the appropriate UCM server or UCM directory. So how we can navigate to that UCM directory? Just go to tools. Okay. Go to tools. File import and export. Click on file import and export. This is nothing but our UCM directory. So place one file. Okay. So once you just select your zip file, attach that supplier zip file, right? Supplier. Okay. So this zip file, once you attach the zip file, then go to the account. So these are UCM server directory for different kind of migration. So that this staging table you have to migrate in the appropriate, place in the appropriate staging directory. So you have to search for the supplier import directory here. Okay. Maybe it will come under procurement. Procurement PRC supplier import. Okay. So you have to be mindful enough to select the correct directory here. Supplier import, right? Save. So now it is available. We have placed the file in the directory. Next thing is, what is the next step? We have to load this file from the staging table to interface table, right? The same procedure is same as we are using in EBS, but here everything is standardized. So go to the tool. Schedule process. The program name which load the load interface. Load interface file for import. Okay. So this program will be common, but under this program we have to choose the appropriate directory. From which directory we have to extract that file. Okay. So import process we have to select here. So our import is import supplier, right? Import supplier. So import supplier data file. So data file either the first step which I just executed, that you can perform here directly, upload a file. So directly it will from you can choose here. Okay. So already I have put in the staging folder. So that what I can do, I can just select. Why it is showing? Because already I have uploaded that file now, right? So that's why it is showing. Otherwise, if you have not placed that in the staging server in the first step, what you can do, directly upload a new file from your desktop system, you can upload. Okay. So now submit. Load file for interface. So here you can get the output file also in which CSV format which we uploaded. So it's showing that it is successful, right? The next step is to upload the file to the base table. So now the data is in interface table. Now we have to run the supplier import program. Import supplier. So here it is important. We are importing a new file and we have to provide the batch ID here. So what is our batch ID? Oh, sorry, we have again, I think, uploaded one old file. This data already exists, right? Sure.
So should it
That's
give you an error if the data
Yeah,
is
yeah,
already?
it will create, it will create a duplicate error message if we upload the same supplier name.
So where can you see the error log?
Here only, like once you try to import any error or any duplicate or incorrect data, you will get. So let us upload. Otherwise, I'll create. Let us see, because we have created this uploaded the same file again. Let me give you the batch ID too. Where it is. Okay. Import supplier.
I think
Let us.
we are not able to see Oracle. We are able to see the names.
You are not able to.
Yeah.
Now you are
Yeah.
able to.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let us see, because I think I have uploaded duplicate record, but what is the error I'm getting? Let us see. Otherwise, we'll create a new file. So let us see this report, import supplier import report. What is the message we are getting? Oh, it's showing imported. That means no data exists for this report. So total supplier not imported. That means whatever data we imported, data supplier. So it's created the same supplier again. I think let me check. To the supplier side. So you can navigate to procurement. Supplier. Manage supplier. This one is imported, but anyhow, I think for this we have already created records, right? Address. No. I think we created this a new supplier. Okay. Batch to imported. Okay. And what is the taxpayer ID? Profile. The taxpayer ID is showing here. So that means, yeah, this supplier is uploaded successfully for this. So for now, with data, how many suppliers we have created? Okay. This one latest creation. Okay. So data supplier 4 has been created. So we have created the supplier. So now let me close this the old file. Okay. So now what is the next step? We have uploaded the supplier information. Now supplier address, import supplier address. Okay. So supplier address, again, we need a different file for supplier address. Supplier address import template. Okay. Let me open. From the same portal, you have to like download that. So here is a old file. So I'll change the file name, batch ID, batch 2. Create. Again, we are creating the new record. And this is here the supplier name is data supplier 4, right? Address we are creating a new address, right? Data address, we can mention data address. Suppose 10. This is the address name. So country. And here we'll do one kind of validation, geography validation. For example, here the country is showing as US, right? What we can do, so this is the address, right? State, country, postal code. For example, suppose we made it USA, right? So let us see. As per our address validation setup, if it is able to validate or not, the country code. Okay. And we'll see what is the error we are getting if we make it USA. So everything looks good. Batch 2, supplier 4, address 10. Okay. That's fine. This will change the address, email ID. Okay. So let me generate the CSV file for this. Supplier address template, right? CSV file has been created. Here, what the changes we made? Just country instead of USA, so US, we just change to USA, just to check if we are getting some issue or not, based on our address validation and address components. So, skip. How can I remove this bar? Is there any way? Okay. So here, what we can do in the past step, what we did, we just place the file in the UCM directory. So here, what we can do directly, we'll try to place the file. Load interface. Load interface file for import. Okay. Import process. What is our import process? Our import process is supplier address, right? Import supplier address. You can search here. Import supplier address. Data file will not select anything, just will upload from our desktop. Succeeded. Okay. So now we'll run the import program, right? Import supplier address. You can see for each of the supplier migration address, so there are different program, right? Different import program. So what is our batch ID? Batch ID is 2. Submit. See, we get some error right here. So what is the error? We can review the error here. So the import execution file. So it should be our country code related, right? See, create supplier import. So country, you must provide a valid value. Why? Because the country code is US, not USA. You can verify in the geography, manage geography, you can see the country code of each country across globe. Like for India, it is IN. So you can confirm what is the country code. So as we have mentioned is USA, we are getting a validation error. So what we can do now, so we'll execute again supplier address. I'll delete this import file and we'll create a new template. Okay, so this is batch 2 supplier address US. Okay, supplier address template. I just corrected the country code. Now I'll try to upload again. Let me save it. Okay, no problem. Generate CSV. Step. So again, we'll try to upload the same file. We'll follow the same process. Load interface file. Import supplier address. Data file will load directly. So it's uploaded successfully into the interface. Run the base import program. Import supplier address. Or batch ID is batch 2, right? Submit.
Does the batch ID need to be unique for each file that we process?
Yeah, correct. Yeah. So that it will identify and separate what we are uploading. Yeah, so it's now it looks successful. Can view the output file. So it is imported successfully, right? United States, right? Data address 10. If you want to see in the front end, it's a refresh. So earlier the address was not there, right? So we created the address. Okay, but you will not get the site now. Okay, because site we have not uploaded yet. So now what we'll do, we'll create the site, supplier site.